to the city of Rehoboth Beach, and to our elected officials, and to all here with us today. I bring you greetings from the Delaware Public Archives, where I have the privilege to be the director of the archives and Delaware's state archivist. Today we're here to unveil a Delaware historical marker that will now formally present to and educate the public of the historical significance of this ground upon which we now stand. The Delaware historical marker was started over 90 years ago in 1931. At that time, it was established by an act of the Delaware State Legislature so as to select and determine points of historic interest throughout the state and to erect markers to be appropriate at such points. Since the beginning of the Delaware Historical Marker Program, over 700 historical markers have been positioned throughout the state of Delaware to commemorate houses of worship, historical buildings, notable Delawareans, and historic locations. It's important to note that these markers are not chosen by the archives, but instead these markers are the direct result of private citizens and groups such as yours working with our local legislators to have historical markers of this type placed to give recognition to a selected point of history in the first state. Each historical marker is erected to tell the history of Delaware and the people who populated the first state. As more of these markers are dedicated throughout Delaware, present and future generations will have more opportunities to learn about the rich history and the culture of this wonderful state that we call home. And so today, the intent of the Delaware Historical Marker Program has again been realized as we recognize this long-standing institution and its important role in Delaware's public safety and coastal history. I would like to thank, first of all, the staff of the Delaware Public Archives who are with us today. They're over here somewhere. Megan and Victoria and Roanna. Where's Michael? And here's Mr. Chambers. Chambers takes the pictures for us, so smile when you get next to him. I'd also like to certainly recognize our legislative sponsors of this marker, Senator Russ Huxtable. That's it. I know we're at the beach. Warm yourselves up. And our former legislative speaker, Emeritus Pete Schwarzkopf, is right behind me. I would also like to recognize a former legislator who was an early proponent of this marker, former Senator Ernie Lopez. But most importantly, I would like to recognize the former City of Rehoboth Beach Town Commissioner, Kathy McGinnis. Kathy was instrumental, Kathy was the applicant for this application, and without her tenacity, continued harassment of the state archivist, this would not be happening here today. And with that said, if you follow on our program, Kathy, would you come up and say some words to us?
Good morning, everyone. We're here today to unveil a plaque, not just to do that, but to honor tradition, a proud and deeply rooted piece of Rehoboth Beach history. This lifeguard historical marker stands as a permanent tribute to the generations of men and women who've kept watch over these shores, helping make Rehoboth not just a beach, but a place families return to year after year with trust and love. For me, this is personal in more ways than one. My dad, John, and my uncle, Greg, were both Rehoboth Beach lifeguards in the 1950s under Coach Kowaleski. I grew up hearing stories of long days in the sun, training in the surf, and a close-knit bond of the beach patrol. But my favorite story is how my parents met, right here on the sand behind us. My mom, Angie, who's here, was just relaxing on her towel when my dad kicked a little sand in her direction, on purpose, of course, and asked her on a date. She said yes, That moment started a lifelong story. And like so many Rehoboth Beach lifeguard stories, it started with a little bit of courage and a lot of heart. This marker has been a long time coming. As a former elected Rehoboth commissioner, I actually started the application paperwork for this about 10 years ago. It's been a labor of love, something I felt the beach, the patrol, and our town truly deserve. Because the legacy of Rehoboth Beach Patrol is more than just rescue counts, jellyfish remedies, and sunburns. It's woven into the identity of this place. The Rehoboth Beach Patrol dates back over a century and has built a reputation along the East Coast for its excellence in training, competition, and rescue work. And we all recognize these iconic white lifeguard stands, not just beach furniture, but as symbols. They're the quiet watchtowers of summer, standing tall through the sun, wind, and storm. Lifeguards are quite literally the watchful eyes of Rehoboth Beach. They keep thousands of visitors safe each year, often without thanks or fanfare. Their presence gives peace of mind to families, especially when they're reuniting lost children with their families. Their training and vigilance turns potential tragedies into close calls. So today, with this historical marker, we recognize what's always been true, that Rehoboth Beach lifeguards are part of the heart and soul of this town. To the past guards, including my own family, to today's lifeguards who show up early, stay sharp, and carry on the tradition, and for the ones yet to come, thank you. You are true responders, true first responders. You keep Rehoboth beaches running like a well-oiled, maybe sometimes sandy machine. This beach wouldn't be the same without you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Good morning, everybody. It's great. It's an honor to be here in Rehoboth Beach. It's great to be here with the Delaware Archives, the Delaware Rehoboth Beach Patrol, the city, the state of Delaware, and all those who made this historical marker possible. Thank you so much. This marker recognizes the long and proud tradition of the Rehoboth Beach Patrol, which has protected our shoreline and lives of countless beachgoers for generations. That was evident at the ribbon cutting for this very facility, where decades of alumni came together in fraternity and in community. It was actually wonderful to see the generations from people who served in the 60s, the 70s, all getting together under the new pavilion. For over a century, these lifeguards have stood watch, not just as public safety officers, but as symbols of service, discipline, and community trust. My own kids, participated in that junior lifeguard program years ago, an experience that taught them about responsibility, teamwork, and respect for the ocean. That program, like the Beach Patrol itself, leaves a lasting impact on young people and strengthens our community. I've seen many of those same kids that participated when they were knee-high in that program now guarding our beaches today up and down our coast. And the Rehoboth Beach Patrol has shaped generations, and its legacy will now be permanently honored here for all to see. So let's celebrate the courage, commitment, and history of the Rehoboth Beach Patrol and continue to support those who dedicate themselves to serving others. Thank you so much.
Good morning. First, I want to thank Mayor Stan Mills and the Public Archives representatives for inviting me to take part in the presentation of a historical marker honoring Rehoboth Beach Patrols, especially since I've retired as your representative since we ordered the marker. It's been 10 years. The Rehoboth Beach Patrol is 104 years old, and they deserve this recognition. It takes a special person to be an ocean lifeguard. And Rehoboth has had generations of family members who have done their time as a beach guard. So let me get this out of the way real quick. It's a job, and they work hard at it. But I don't consider it work as we all know it. It's a lot of fun, very rewarding, and they love it. I have a confession to make. I've sat in chairs like the ones on the beach for 6 summers, but not in Rehoboth. I guarded in Bethany Beach, and there was quite a rivalry between the two towns. Each town thought they were the best. But when you break it down, it's the same beach, the same ocean, the same jetties or rock piles, the same big waves and rip currents, and the same people visiting and the same problems. I started guarding 53 years ago, do the math, in 1972, and I was one of 12 lifeguards. Today, I believe they have over 30 for the same area, but the job hasn't changed much. Lifeguards have an awesome responsibility to protect the town's visitors from themselves. And they're heroes every day. They save lives whenever Mother Nature kicks up the ocean. I truly believe that it was my lifeguarding days where I caught the bug for public service, which I turned into a 53-year career. These lifeguards are usually 16 to 18 years old when they start, and they mature very quickly when they assume the responsibility for someone else's life. And they learn. They become part of a team that's bigger than themselves. They learn camaraderie, friendship, loyalty, discipline, leadership, and they develop social skills having to deal with the public. They become ambassadors for the town. I know I feel better when my grandkids go to the beach and I tell them to play in front of the guards. I know it pisses you guys off, but it's fine. But more importantly, this job shapes them into the leaders of tomorrow in so many different ways. So yes, I'm grateful to be here today for the unveiling of the historical marker honoring Rehoboth Beach Patrol for over 100 years of faithful service to the residents and visitors to our beloved Rehoboth Beach. And they continue to provide the excellent protection on a daily basis under the watchful eye of my friend, Captain Jeff Giles. Thank you, Jeff, for you and your team, and for all you do to keep our town safe. Thank you.
Well, I'm very excited to be here with everyone this morning to celebrate Rehoboth Beach Patrol's long history. But you know, this isn't the city's first historical marker. We already have several markers in various locations related to the beach and boardwalk, which commemorate important milestones in the city's history, courtesy of the Delaware Public Archives, and courtesy of various applicants and state legislators who sponsored the markers. For those who don't know, the city was founded in 1873, and you can learn more about that from a blue historical marker at the end of Rehoboth Avenue, just 1 block south of here. Also, the first boardwalk was constructed in that same year, 1873, and the boardwalk has been rebuilt several times over the decades, mostly due to storm damage. The entire boardwalk received total ground-up rebuild in 2010, and by the way, the Board of Commissioners anticipates making application for a historical marker celebrating our iconic wooden mile-long boardwalk shortly. The Rehoboth Beach Patrol was established 48 years after the city in 1921. Around this time, in the earlier 20th century, bathers enjoyed the ocean waters as we do today. The big difference between then and now being the amount of fabric in their bathing suits. And so for women especially, a surf safety line was installed to assist and retreat from the ocean in heavy, wet bathing suits. And you can learn more about the surf safety line from the historical marker applied for by the Village Improvement Association and also installed at the end of Rehoboth Avenue. Following the Great March Storm of '62, which destroyed the boardwalk and nearby buildings, the Village Improvement Association salvaged wood and built the Children's Fishing Pier up on Lake Gerard. There's a historical marker with details placed near that pier. Other Delaware historical markers are installed in locations throughout the incorporated limits of Rehoboth Beach, but farther away from the boardwalk and beach, all applied for by the Village Improvement Association. The lighthouse marker located near the entrance to the town up at the roundabout. The Rehoboth Beach Public Library marker located on their premises. The Village Improvement Association marker located on their premises. And in addition, we eagerly await fabrication of a marker celebrating our southern beach area known as Poodle Beach. Let's note, please, that these historical markers are all generously sponsored, meaning paid for, by our state legislators. Wanted to recognize the supporters and sponsors, Representative Pete Schwarzkopf, Senator Ernie Lopez, Senator Russ Huxtable, former Representative John Schroeder, and also the support of Representative Claire Snyder Hall, who's not able to be here today but lends her support. And so we are honored to receive the state historical marker for the Rehoboth Beach Patrol. This marker recognizes the dedication, hard work, and compassion that the men and women of our beach patrol have brought to our beaches for more than a century. It's a legacy that today's beach patrol continues to hold. And I want to thank everyone for attending today, including our state legislators, former and present, representative of the Delaware Public Archives, city representatives that are here, including the Rehoboth Beach Patrol members themselves. Thank you. Congratulations.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank everybody for coming out, obviously. For me, this is amazing because I get to come up and I get to represent three, basically, sections. I've got the past, the present, and the future. So, in the past, and I can look out here and I see all the past lifeguards. Past lifeguards, please raise your hand. Look at that alumni. Isn't that great? Looking great, looking great. This is what the Beach Patrol is built on. It's built on its past. It's built on the camaraderie, the loyalty that we had, not just when we had the job back in the past, but what we are now. And that fills the cup for the next generation. And that next generation is this generation right here. And let me tell you, they've been working, because this past weekend, if you notice the ocean, these guys were working all weekend, rolling with it, and doing the experiences that we had in the past. But hands off to our present RBP right here. And then, of course, we look to the future. And with this helps us. This is going to be great because when we're bringing in somebody to come in and interview, they're going to be walking past a historical monument basically here, and they're going to be coming into a building filled with pictures and nostalgia, and it's just going to show what the Beach Patrol means. So it's my honor and privilege that I get to represent RBP at this point, and I just thank everybody for coming, and we'll keep those waters safe.
I told the captain this morning that I heard him on WDEL this morning, and now I can put a voice to the face. What we do now is we do the unveiling. Yeah, thank you. Remember, you're at the beach, you can talk. So with that said, after we do the unveiling, then we all read in unison what the sign says, so that we can, in perpetuity, make sure that we all have dedicated this particular historical location. If you can't get close enough to read it, it's right on the back of your program. So with the principal speakers that came, so we can undo the marker. Come on. Lifeguard, you.
Thank you.
Stand in the front. All right. Come on. This way you can get a vision of what is now, and lifeguards, what is going to be in the future. Knock yourself out. Come on, stand over there, Joe. All right. When I say ready, set, there we go.
The Rehoboth Beach Patrol, RBP, founded in 1921 by Benjamin F. Shaw and the American Red Cross, has overseen the safeguard of the 2-mile area of beach within the corporate city limits of Rehoboth. The RBP has performed a multitude of actions, including medical aid, rescues, beach evacuations, and returning lost children. In 1977, the RBP Lifeguard Olympics began, with lifeguards from Delaware and surrounding states competing in swimming, running, and rescue events. The Junior Lifeguard Program, since 1997, has introduced children to water safety, first aid, and surf techniques to promote ocean safety awareness and lifeguard skills.